This tutorial looks at organization's role in helping online students succeed. Online courses have often different formats than traditional on-campus courses. And in this tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to organize your physical study space, organize your productivity, and also setting up a scheduling system to help keep you on track. So, to start, let's look at how you can organize your physical study space. Everyone's preferences are different, but once you've answered some of the questions that we're going to be covering, we hope that this will help you to know where your priorities are in terms of concentrating on your schoolwork and the environment that you learn best in. So first, let's identify what time of day you're most productive. So do you rather work on your homework in the morning, or do you prefer to work at night when you've gotten other things you need to accomplish done during the day? Or is there some time of day that works best for your studies? If needed, go ahead and pause this video to give yourself some time to think about when you work best. After you've decided, go ahead and click play to continue. Now, let's think about where you study. Some people like to study at home, while others find that working at home is totally distracting. Some students like working in quiet places, while others like working in places with noise, like a coffee shop. What do you prefer? If needed, go ahead and pause this video to give yourself some time to think about what works best for you. After you've decided, go ahead and click play to continue. Last but not least, what conditions help you study the best? Your motivation to study can actually be influenced by a lot of different things, like noise level, temperature, and even lighting. Do you prefer a quiet space that's cold and has low lighting? Or do you prefer a loud space that's warm and has lots of maybe natural light? Or maybe do you like a mixture of both? What's your ideal study space? If needed, go ahead and pause this video to give yourself some time to think about what works best for you. After you've decided, you can click play to continue. Now that you have a better idea of what you prefer in terms of your physical study space, it's important to make a habit of studying in your ideal study space. Set up the best time for you and your schedule and make an effort to study in a space that increases your motivation rather than decreases it. Now, let's take some time to look at how to organize for productivity. Tip number 1, know where to connect to free Wi-Fi. This doesn't just go for Wi-Fi though. Make sure there are other electronic outlets at the place you want to study, so you can work on your project or assignment and not worry about your device dying in the middle of your study session. Tip number 2, keep track of your responsibilities. While you might work best in the morning, you might need to get your kids ready for school. You might need to get ready for work, or you might have some other responsibilities. While you want to make the most out of your studying, it's important that you find times that work best for your schedule. If you don't have flexibility during a particular time of day, then try your best to study in a place that helps increase your motivation. Maybe your employer will allow you to study at work during your lunch break, but you should always double check and not assume that you can work on your schoolwork at work. Many of us have different home responsibilities, work responsibilities, and family responsibilities. So make sure that you keep track of those responsibilities. And you might be asking yourself, well, how do I keep track? Here are some examples you might consider trying out. Making a to-do list, schedule schoolwork and time, take notes in class, set up a study space, and you might also consider checking out Pinterest or Google for more study space ideas. Tip number 3, storing materials is a key part of productivity. Have you ever found yourself maybe searching for hours trying to find a document that you just saved? Storing files using an organizational system can save you tons of time, believe me. Now there's lots of different types of online storage tools that can allow you to save documents and access them anywhere, really as long as you have access to a computer and an electronic device. Currently, one of our favorite cloud-based storage tools is Google Drive. It's available to you as a UH student. Tip number 4, save files with specific or descriptive names. Believe me, it'll save you so much time when you try to search for your file. Here's an example. Let's say you're maybe enrolled in an English 100 class and the assignment you're working on is a research paper. It might be really helpful for you to give your paper document a title like this: Eng 100 Research Period Paper. Creating folders for each of your courses is also a really great way to keep track of your documents and assignments for each of your specific courses that you're enrolled in. All right, tip number 5. Speaking of saving files, it's always good to keep a backup of each of your files by storing your files in a different place than you usually access them. So, for example, maybe if you create your documents on a Microsoft Word document on your computer, it's probably a good idea to upload your document to Google Drive. That way, knock on wood, if your computer crashes, you won't lose your work. All right. While it's important to organize your course materials and documents, it's also really vital that you organize your time as an online learner. So tip number 1 for organizing your time is to use a calendar. One of the very first things you're going to want to do after signing up for an online class is to read through the course syllabus. Now, don't scan it over. I mean, like, really read it through line by line. Why? Because your course syllabus often has important class requirements and due dates for exams, papers, assignments, etc., and your instructor might not be reminding you of those due dates within the course. So make sure you know when your due dates are so you're not surprised by any assignment. One way to do that is to create a calendar that you should fill out as soon as possible. You can use a hard copy planner, or if you prefer an electronic version, you might want to try out Google Calendar or maybe iCalendar. And you should also probably set up notifications when your assignments are due. Tip number 2 is to work on tasks in chunks. It can be totally overwhelming to complete a large-scale project, maybe like a 12-page paper or composing an original song. We think it's a good idea to break projects up into manageable chunks or pieces and schedule out times to work on your projects in chunks. Moving through milestone chunks can really help motivate rather than facing a project as a whole. So for example, if you're writing an essay, you might want to start with scheduling time to brainstorm and figure out what you want to write about exactly. Then schedule some time to start working on writing your essay. Schedule some more time to start building out your essay and your parts. And then schedule time to revise before submitting to your instructor. All right, tip number 3, organize your time. Most students have really busy lives, and completing schoolwork on time requires planning and organization. If you haven't already, consider mapping out what each day looks like for you, including the time you might have to go in for work, care for a family member, etc. After you've mapped out your schedule, look for areas to schedule in your schoolwork time. Tip number 4. Know where to get help. If you're facing challenges, Honolulu Community College offers a variety of online student support services that are really at your disposal. Module 3 of this website covers a variety of support services that distance education students can access online, including tutoring, the care office, academic advising, student access, and more. Now, last but not least, tip number 5 is to use an alert. Most online calendars have alerts, and it can be really helpful to create alerts to remind you of due dates and ultimately help keep yourself on track. Congratulations! Now that you've completed this tutorial, you should be a bit more confident in ways to organize for online success. Online learning is pretty flexible, which means you have the ability to figure out a schedule that works best for you. But it's important to develop helpful organizational habits. And we hope our top 10 tips helped you to stay on track as an online student.